OMG WTF, welcome to These American Gods, a discussion podcast of the Star's original series, American Gods. I'm Tim Pickerel.
I'm Mike Daffron.
And I'm Sarah Pickerel.
You guys did it in the backwards order. Messed me all up. Okay, so today we're discussing episode 2, which is, what's the name of this one? Spoons?
Yeah, something about spoons.
Song of Spoons?
Song of Spoons. It's a song spoon.
A song of ice and spoons.
Song of sporks.
Friend of the show, Chris Naes of the Bacon and Naes podcast, has sent in a contribution. He actually sent in a belated contribution for the first episode, which I was planning on making kind of an in-between episode, so we could have just talked about that, like a 5-minute episode.
Do we want to talk about that?
No.
Oh, well.
Sorry, Chris. I just decided that we wouldn't do that because I just didn't get around to it in time. But we do have his episode 2 contribution, and hopefully, if I wired everything up correctly, we should be able to hear that now.
Hey guys, episode 2 was even better than episode 1.
All right, we're going to stop it right there.
Can we please?
Because I know Sarah has some thoughts about this one.
I do. Can I? I'm going to share.
Please share.
Please share.
I'm just going to keep them in my head. You guys have to read my mind.
Okay.
No, I thought this was slow. I thought this was a very slow episode compared to the first one. And I honestly, 20 minutes of packing up and cleaning a house, how much scrubbing do we need to see to understand that he's cleaning this house for to sell it or whatever, to pack it up?
He has to clean off all that guy's cum that's everywhere.
Yeah. That's a good point, Mike. I wasn't thinking about that.
The deleted scene is him shining a black light all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
No, I just felt like it was a big stretch. The whole show was just let's just stretch it out.
As big as that dick and that dick stretched out that much. Oh my God.
Mike, what did you think compared to the last episode? Better, worse, same?
I'd say about the same. I agree. There were some slower parts in it. No, that I thought the same. I was kind of like, oh, okay, it's kind of dragging on or whatever. But I don't have enough of an opinion yet of how the show actually is going to go. It's pacing. I don't know. With just 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can even criticize its pacing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
But with only 2 episodes,
he doesn't know how the story is going to progress, right? Because you haven't read the book, right?
No.
Okay.
I have not.
So, yeah. Okay. There was just that in the book compared to what we saw. That whole episode could have been done in probably 10 minutes of reading the book.
Mm-hmm.
The entire episode?
I feel like it could have been. Okay, maybe just Shadow's part.
Maybe. One of the things that I liked about this one was I'm going to say that it's about the same too, or maybe a little less good. Not as good as the first episode.
Welcome to grammar school.
Right. That's exactly right. Listen, I didn't
sound like me.
I didn't start doing podcasts to learn how to talk good.
That's all right.
No, I thought the first episode was really good in terms of the way it was set up, because we actually get, since Mike hasn't read the book, one of the things that you notice if as a reader of the book and a watcher of the show is that in the book, Shadow is not as emotive as he is in the show. Mm-hmm. He doesn't get worked up much. He's kind of very passive and take it as it goes. Mm-hmm. So when he gets, he's not give me a fucking clue. There's not he does not true. He does not get angry right. Like that.
Right.
He kind of everything washes over him, and it's it's weird, but he kind of just goes with it for most of the book until shit gets really weird. But so I really enjoyed that, but I think for the most part, yeah, we could have shortened it, but because of where the episode ended with Chernobog, at the end, that was episodic wise, that was a good place to leave it for the cliffhanger for the next episode.
Sure. Okay.
So that's my only thing.
Talking spiders are very scary. How did Shadow get that extra medium T-shirt with the motel's name and logo on it? That doesn't seem like something that they would just sell, and he got it without any explanation. I guess that's a deleted scene.
Like that's a deleted scene.
Yeah, because apparently shopping is very important.
I was gonna say they probably had it in there. It could
Yeah.
have been a deleted
Shot,
scene.
yeah,
It
I mean,
could
you
have
know,
been.
somewhere in the screenplay is like, okay, and Shadow goes to the gift shop of the hotel.
Right,
It's a
the motel, yeah, the
motel.
motel gift shop. 'Cause
Maybe American motel as well.
Yeah,
Well, here's one of the things about American Gods, and as something we've discovered with Mr. Wednesday, he doesn't take highways. He takes
Right.
back roads to see America. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's actually a hotel that in the universe of American Gods, it's like kind of like a Route 66, and maybe they would have T-shirts.
Oh, I think they would definitely have T-shirts. Why not?
yeah.
There's plenty of places like that, you
It was-
know, that will sell T-shirts for like souvenirs or, you know.
Yeah, Hard Rock Cafe, things
Sure.
like that. Sure.
Yeah, that hotel is exactly the same as Hard Rock Cafe.
Right.
Motel.
Yeah, buffalo on it. Maybe they got some buffalo around.
It was a cool T-shirt. Though. I mean, like I'm not downing like the graphics on the T-shirt or even that the motel would be selling, but that they would cut that scene. I just thought that was hilarious because it's like, yes, there was so much bullshit so, that didn't need to be there.
They needed room for scrubbing bubbles.
Right.
I mean, they got to have some merch to sell on Star's website, so...
There's that too.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Dudes, a framed dick pic. That was the weirdest shit ever.
Well, okay.
That's
I don't-
old school. dick pic.
I'm sorry, but you go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I think Chris might have missed the point where it wasn't originally a dick pic. Like it was a picture of like him and his wife, and then when he looked at it again, it was the dick pic.
Yeah.
But that was a mighty dick.
It was a mighty dick. And also, is that the only thing he's going to look at? Like, he didn't even scroll up more.
He didn't need to.
I mean, what's
How do you know? Because, like,
What
right.
else would you think he would say?
all right, that Robbie, is it Robbie,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Okay.
Robbie.
He might have just, like, wanted to tell her, like, oh, dude, some random number just texted me a dick pic. Like, check this out.
That
It might
happens.
have been his dick. You know? You never know.
That is a lot.
He didn't scroll up to even check to see.
That's true. There's a lot of things he didn't do that he should have done. He should have gone through higher to see what other guys might have sent her dick pics.
Exactly.
And also he should have stopped to think about, just appreciate how much of that dick fit in her mouth in order for it to come off in the car accident.
Well, I mean, he didn't say the whole dick came
Right?
Oh my god.
Hey, this is why we need to get smart cars around, okay?
Yeah.
That way you don't get your dick bit off. All right?
That's the closing line for this show.
Right.
Thanks for listening to These American Guys. Don't get your dick bit off.
You tired of almost getting your dick bit off while getting a BJ in the car? Smart cars. Triflex seal.
Oh my god.
That's how Elon Musk's dad died, and he started a crusade ever since.
Oh, man.
Okay.
You had a theory though.
Oh, I did. My first theory was, what if that was actually Dane Cook's dick? I thought that would have been cool. So I'm waiting for Dane Cook to tweet me back to let me know if it's his dick. I didn't actually tweet Dane Cook, but I should.
You should.
Because who gives a fuck? I'm also somebody's probably already beat me to it. It's like, hey, Dane, is that really your dick? My other theory was that maybe it was like some girl that works on the set, like she deals with like the lights or the costuming and stuff, and that was an unsolicited dick pic that she's gotten, as so many
That would be
women,
awesome.
as so many women get in their lives, and she's like, "Well, motherfucker, I'm gonna make you famous."
Yeah.
So,
Well, he probably wouldn't care, right?
right?
I mean, with
yeah.
a dick like that, yep, that was me. I did that.
Yeah. I just wonder if there was a credit. I didn't pay attention at the end of it, like whose dick that was. If there was like a credit for
Dunk
that.
cock.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would have been great.
That would have been great.
I
Either
bet
way,
there is.
but they didn't.
If not, I mean, what is it? A digital dick? Somebody had to spend time to make a digital dick.
No.
So there had to be an actor who did that, right? He should get credit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or she. I don't want to, assume any genders.
Oh, what was I gonna say? I got derailed by the dick.
Wow.
Oh, like if it was like not really that big and they photoshopped it to be bigger.
To just look huge.
No, there wasn't any dick, period. And some guy just had to create a dick
Yeah,
from
it's
his
just an
mind.
artist.
Like, yeah, an artist rendering of a dick.
Created a dick from his mind.
That's mine dick.
He's like, I think this would be a good looking dick.
As somebody who's like semi-creative, like sometimes you'll get like an idea in your head and it'll sit in there, and it like plagues you for days or months or years, and it's like there's somewhere in front of like in the CGI workshop. This guy's, I've had this dick on my mind all day. I've like envisioned it, and I have to get it out of my head and into the ether. This dick has to be manifest.
What if they did one of those Photoshop things, like it was a little dick, and then they did one of those things to make it look just
They just
huge.
liquefied his dick.
Yes, they liquefied it and like blew it out and like made the background smaller.
Originally, it was Dane Cook's dick. He's like, they're like, do you think you could do this? It needs to be a big dick. Oh yeah, I got it. And then take the picture, and then they look at it like, we can put this out there. Hey, can you Photoshop this a little bit?
Yeah.
Mr. Wednesday compares boobs to cheese, and it made sense. It's the first time that ever happened, probably. If Mike did not explode while watching this episode, then his threshold is much higher now. Pretty unbelievable amount of boobs and wieners. Everything that makes Mike go crazy.
Go crazy, folks.
That's not true at all. That's not like me. I don't know what he's talking about.
Did you enjoy the amount of boobs and wiener in this
I have
episode?
a huge space boner. Space boner.
Yeah.
So, but your threshold hasn't like
No.
increased. The bar hasn't been raised because of Game of Thrones.
No.
All right,
No, I don't think so.
we'll get to space boner.
Top to bottom, I am 100% pleased with the cast,
Yeah.
especially in the Cernabog scenes.
Yep.
And I'll leave you with this quote: "Angry meat tastes bad." See?
So, okay, as far as casting goes, the casting has been really good. Let's go round the table and who's your favorite cast character so far?
Oh, Ian McShane, of course.
Ian McShane?
Of course. Yeah.
Mike?
Oh, no.
Wait.
I'm sorry. And Nancy.
Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones. Oh,
that
my
was a great.
God, I love
scene.
Orlando Jones in everything. He is so good. But he is particularly like that beginning scene was just beyond amazing. It was
Yeah, that was
so,
really well done.
So moving.
I really enjoyed that. Mike?
Ian McShane.
Ian McShane.
Mr. Wednesday.
So far, my favorite character is fucking Space Cock. That was... Space Cock has trumped my all-time... it used to be Franklin Jella's...
Trumped it. So
Trumped
look at the space cock.
It's going to be huge.
Space cock, huge. Okay, you've seen big dick pics. They're tremendous dick pics. Okay,
We've got the best dick pics. You're going to be tired of all the dick pics.
best dicks in space.
Dicks in space. We're going to build a wall around it. We're going to build a wall of dicks.
Yeah. We're gonna need to build a wall for her vagina. Okay.
All these people going into the vagina, they're bad hombres. Get in there. But yeah, it used to be Franklin Jella's Skeletor from the Masters of the Universe live action movie. That used to be my top favorite character in TV and film, and he's been replaced by Space Cock. It's like how happy that guy was.
Oh, he was
to just be floating around in space with that turgid boner.
That's how I'd be inside her vagina.
Just like just sitting there in space, Indian style, with a big grin on your face.
Was he Indian
And
style?
No, he-
I thought he was like more fetal position.
Yeah, he has more
wasn't
like
he?
kind of fetal
Was-
position. in a
dude,
way.
his dick was up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like if he was fetal, like his legs.
not fetal, but like it was like almost a seated fetal.
Yeah. That's a 16-year-old boner right there.
That was
straight
it was
up.
a strong stiffy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That
Strong,
was-
stiffy, straight up.
Yeah.
And then the question is, how long has he been floating around in there?
I don't know.
It probably feels like only moments to him.
Does everybody just float around her vagina?
I would say so.
And they're just like a group of people, playing cards somewhere by the cervix.
There could be
a new one comes in. Hey, we got a new guy.
So my theory
Couple
is...
eggs in the back you can eat.
My theory is it is an actual black hole.
Yeah.
Okay. So eventually it's just
giggity.
like, yeah, right? So they go through and then they like go through this like warp. Like it's just like they're basically like shot out into space, but they're so happy and delirious they don't care.
Mr. Sulu, plot a course.
To space vagina.
Vagina trek. Yeah. These are the ongoing voyages. My 5-year mission to explore strange new wombs.
What a Star Trek came by, space boater. Sir, Starbird, space boater.
There could be an entire spin-off series of the people just hanging out in Bilquis's vagina.
Yeah.
I would watch it.
Would you? Because they're just going to
Yes.
have these goofy ass grins, and that's basically it. They're just floating around space.
Doesn't
naked.
have to be a long show. It just needs to exist. And then because of the idea of the multiverse, they could actually come into contact with like people from Star Wars and things like that.
Long time ago in a vagina far, far away.
Yeah.
Oh, she had a ball with this episode.
I was laughing hard.
She was.
I did laugh
so
at that.
happy.
Because, all right, so I don't know any of the story, I don't, I'm just going in blind.
Sure.
And then, like, really after that scene, I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, this is awesome. She just swallowed him
Yep.
with her vagina.
So we had the Bilquis scene. We had the Schmedium shirt, dick pics. Mm-hmm. What else was there?
He's going to start losing some muscle. I never see him work out.
That's true.
He's going to be
It's just
skinny
going
by
to
the
be
end of the
scrawny.
season. Yeah,
Yeah. He might be doing push-ups in his room. You don't know.
that's true.
Yeah.
Figured we see it with all the shopping. At least
I
he's
know.
working out.
Right.
Oh yeah, that was it. The media scene
Yeah.
with
Jillian, what's her name?
Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson.
Or maybe it is Gillian. God, now I'm Chris and pronouncing things correctly. You'll hear Chris mispronounce everything in a little bit as we close out the show. But
I think it's Gillian.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, her as Lucille Ball.
So she's a god?
She's one of the new
She
gods.
is media. She's the god of media. Yeah.
There's like Techno Boy and
Technical Boy
was the last episode.
is the computer guy, and then media is the TV.
okay.
The boob tube.
I was hoping she was going to show her tits.
She starts to in the book.
Oh, yeah.
And then he turns because he's watching
He wasn't shopping
he
in
wasn't
the book.
shopping, he was in his
He was in
motel
his
room.
motel room, yeah.
Okay. So are we going to see Nancy anymore?
Oh, yeah.
My name's not Nancy.
Oh, Mr. Nancy, yeah.
Hi, Nancy. Nancy.
Nancy.
And Nancy.
Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
He should be Spider Balls. He's the new Spider Balls.
Willa. We might
Nancy Spider Balls.
we might see some spider balls. I'm gonna spoil that for you.
Oh, yes.
We might see some spider balls.
I think you said that one time on another podcast. Yeah.
On another podcast, he said
Yeah, maybe
that?
on Watchers or like one of the ones in between or something. I think
I
we were
think it
talking about
was-
American Gods or
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
We were talking
I'm
about
pretty
how
sure
we were
at
gonna
some point.
I thought it was just out of context. Like, oh, yeah, you're going to see some spider balls. Like, what?
before your time on Earth is done, by God, you will see spider balls.
It's like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
I thought it was going to have them all like, hey, you guys want to do a drum line? You know? Sorry, you know.
You need Nick Cannon for that.
Yeah, but he was in there too. He was the teacher. in Drumline.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, a little, see, that joke was funny because Orlando Bloom was in the movie Drumline.
This is the first thing I've seen Orlando Jones in. It's not Orlando Bloom. Orlando Bloom as
Oh
Legolas.
my god, that scene would have been way better with Orlando Bloom.
Way different.
Shooting arrows and shit.
Wow.
My father's not a pirate.
Yeah.
They should have had Orlando Bloom. If Orlando Bloom did the opening scene for this. Long time ago, a man got fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, it was such a great scene. I want to rewatch just that scene.
Yeah.
Captain Jack Sparrow comes along.
Once upon a time, a man got fucked. So then we head on over to Chicago. I guess that's the next thing that happened.
That's really, that's
Last
the
thing of import, except for when Mr. Wednesday says you're only obligated to mourn your wife that died blowing some dude for so long.
Yeah.
What is the statute of limitations on that? Like, how long do you mourn?
2 days.
2 days?
No.
Yeah, and then you get
Really?
on then you get on Tinder, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, get some strange on Tinder, and then
You're
good.
over it. As soon as you get that strange, then
Yeah.
you're pretty much set, like done mourning.
Yeah.
You get that like you rent Doctor Strange, and then okay,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good movie. Sarah, what's the statute of limitations?
Oh gosh. He loved her. So like he really loved her. This was not. But yeah, she was blowing his best friend. Oh, I'd say 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
I guess. Well, that's how long you normally give a job notice before you leave, and she died giving a job, so I guess it works out okay.
How about you, Tim?
I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna say 1 week.
Really?
It's been 1 week since.
Since you died giving my best friend a blowjob.
It'll still be
Good
2
job.
days till you say. Oh.
So he's still, I guess, dreaming about her or whatever that is.
Is he? And
These
is
Or his
our dreams really dreams in which he's dreaming, or are they just like, are they something else?
Is she going to show up in a dream, like with a cock in her mouth that's bit off? And like she's trying to talk to him, but she
sucking on
can't
it,
because her
like
mouth is just
it's like a
full.
lolly.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
It was sewn shut in her mouth, so she can't like open her mouth because it's like it's just in there.
I mean, one that big is probably stuck in
So
her throat.
he gets a knife and like cuts the strings or and just the cock falls out.
Oh, yes.
So spoiler,
And
that
she's like-
happens.
And then she's like, give me a kiss.
Oh man! I was just like thinking he's like.
That's in the book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like thinking that he'd be like dreaming and she's floating around in space with all these big boners around her. But you guys took it to a whole different level.
We didn't mention that was in space too. It's all in space.
Everything's in space. Dick's in space. Dick's in space.
All the boners are in space.
Yeah. All boners go to space. That's the Disney movie that they haven't made yet. So then we head up to Chicago.
Back down to Earth.
Back down to Earth
For some hammer time.
for some hammer time.
Gonna hammer your face in.
Can't touch this.
With a big hammer.
No.
With a big hammer.
So we meet the Sphoria, or two of the three Sphoria sisters.
Yeah.
Cloris Leachman, who just drinks Kettle One right out of the bottle like any
She don't give a
one
fuck.
drink.
any good Slavic god would do.
She drank it in one drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Shadow-
a drinker.
Shadow was impressed.
He was impressed.
I loved how learning was beneath her.
Yeah, the whole story about how
awesome.
she can't cook. That is funny.
That was great.
Shadow has a very happy future that they predicted for him.
Many children.
Yeah. So I guess
Long
they
life.
were afraid and knew or kind of saw maybe what was coming with him going to get his head smashed in
Yeah.
after losing the checkers match.
Yep.
And for checkers.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
wrong with checkers?
Checkers. Should have at least played like Chinese checkers or, make
Why?
it interesting.
Why would Slavic people play Chinese checkers?
I don't know. Why would anybody play Chinese checkers?
I used to play. I used to have a Chinese checkerboard.
So you would.
I didn't.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
No, actually I did too.
Did you really?
I don't remember how it's even played or anything.
it's the same as checkers, except you use marbles and you can play with a lot more people.
Oh.
Sounds awful.
I think it's like 6 people. 6 people can play Chinese checkers.
Yeah.
And the goal is to get all of your the marbles from your triangle into another triangle.
Oh, okay. Now I know.
And knowing's half the battle.
Welcome to
more
the
you
How to
know.
Play Chinese Checkers podcast with Tim Mickrell and Mike.
I'm disappointed. Nobody said king me. Like very tauntingly. That's what you always do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, king me, bitch.
Right.
No, the king themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chernobog's the darker of the 2 brothers.
He's the real Russian hero.
I love him in everything he's in.
American hammers, Russian hammers, all made in Taiwan.
I love him in everything he's in. I was so when they announced him as cast as Chernobog, I'm like, another perfect fit.
Yeah, I like him a lot
So
too.
good. But yeah, he works as a butcher in Chicago. Not a butcher.
No,
he
just
works on the slaughter floor.
Yeah.
Works on the meat.
Works on the meat, and angry meat is
Doesn't taste good.
Doesn't taste good. So he makes sure to kill the meat quickly. To kill the meat. To kill the cows
No,
quickly.
you're right.
Yeah.
You were right the first time.
Big sacks of meat.
It's just, it's a good hint for all those ladies out there, angry meat doesn't taste
It
good.
doesn't
So
taste
keep
good.
your man happy beforehand, and then
Well, they should
It'll
be.
be okay.
They should be happy.
Yeah.
Regardless.
yes, you're in that moment, I guess. So
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Moving on.
Unless you're just chomping down like little Lauren Moon or whatever,
Laura Moon.
Laura Moon.
Well, she didn't chop down on purpose.
That meat probably doesn't taste good.
Well, not now.
Yeah, no.
Well, especially since it's buried now.
wouldn't
Like
be
they
angry.
found it. They did find it.
I'm just surprised. Why would they ask like, what do you want to do with it? I'm sorry.
I don't.
Can you just fucking figure that out? Like
Yeah.
my husband just died because he was getting a blowjob from my best
like-
friend.
Oh yeah, fucking taxidermy that shit, and I'll put it
Yeah.
on my fucking mantle.
Right. That'd be great. Thanks. It
Like,
was.
is that a thing that you can do?
I mean, honestly, it was an epic dick. So they're just like, man, what is she? Maybe she wants to do something with it.
We
I
gotta
don't
promise
know.
this motherfucker. Except that's not what happens when a dick comes off.
No, I know. No, I don't know.
It's a little disc.
What?
It's a little disc of flesh.
What? Do you know what he's talking
What?
about,
I
Mike?
have no idea what you're talking about.
When you get your dick cut off, as we go into the dick cutting off
as
part
this
of the podcast.
happens in life.
Like the skin, and the muscle and stuff, it's just blood in there that keeps that going. So with all the blood coming out, I can't believe we're talking about this. Basically, all you're left with is the skin, and the skin just falls into a little disc.
How do you know this?
I heard it on, I want to say it was Edumacation.
Yeah. All right.
Or I could have just made the entire thing up. Who knows? I feel like that. I feel like I've heard that. It might be an old wives' tale. It might be.
Listeners, Google it and get
Google
back to us
severed
and let us
dicks.
know. I want to know. Let's fact check.
Yeah, Chris will send in the corrections department.
I want to
There we
talk
go.
more about this later, but not on this podcast.
We'll start a new show.
Just a new show all about dicks.
Can we just talk about like genitals?
It'll be called All About Dicks.
I want to talk about all genitals.
All about genitals.
Yeah.
What about genitals? That's these American genitals.
These Americans. All right. I want to talk about more than just American genitals. I might even want to talk about more than just human genitals. I might want to talk about spider balls.
Spider balls. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. So Chernobog is known for his hammer that he used to kill, people, but also once he's in, that is getting really loud. I am so
getting
sorry
really loud.
to the listeners.
Do you want me to go out there and yell at him?
No, that would-
Shake my fist.
we have a sledgehammer in the garage. If you want to go out
I don't know
there.
if I can lift that thing.
Okay. Spoiler alert, I have a sledgehammer. I got derailed again.
We're talking about Chernabog and
Chernabog
how
and the
he's-
sledgehammer, yeah.
And the sledgehammer.
Chernabog should be a rapper's name.
Should be a DJ name.
Yeah.
DJ Chernabog.
Chernabog.
DJ Chernabog.
Wiki
DJ,
wiki what? Wiki wiki whamma.
DJ Chernadadmouth. So now that they have like the bolt guns to kill the cattle, he doesn't get to kill things with his hammer anymore, and he really wants to kill something with his hammer.
Well, yeah.
So that's the wager that him and Shadow make. If Shadow wins, then he comes with them to wherever the meeting is that they're having, and if not, he gets to smack Shadow right in the middle of the forehead with a hammer.
And as we saw, he lost, so the show's over.
Yep. See you guys.
2 shows and
Show's
that's
over.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shadow's done. Show's over. Mm-hmm. Unless you look at the previews for next week.
In which you'll see
Which was
that he's
so
very-
odd. Like, okay, you're gonna like leave it there, and then like, oh, there's gonna be more stuff.
That is kind of an oversight.
It was weird.
Yep.
Game of Thrones would not have made that mistake.
No, they wouldn't have.
So next week we will find out what happens to Shadow's head.
Mm-hmm.
And what else was on the previews?
They're gonna rob a bank.
They're robbing the bank. Yes, that's going to be cool. We're going to see some.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about the previews, right?
That's
Yeah.
it seems that way.
From what
So I
remember.
guess we see the third sister. I guess that's who that was. Who was talking to Shadow?
Yeah,
Yes.
the woman with the
Yeah, because she had the telescope.
Yeah.
And he gave her binoculars. So you know, you
Yeah.
put that together at least.
Good for you.
Hey,
You're observant.
I'm so smart.
Oh, one thing I did want to mention.
Keep your dick.
This is a less cheery thing, but
This sounds great. Less cheery.
but it is
cry.
well, it is
I'm just
important.
kidding.
So, friend of ours, Sam Richardson,
Oh yes.
his daughter's mother was just recently given the diagnosis that she has, this is such a hard word to pronounce, arachnoiditis, or something like that, which is a debilitating neurological order which there's no reversal for. It's also, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it's also not something that you just get. It's kind of
It's caused by like surgery.
it's caused
right?
by like an issue with surgery. So there's a GoFundMe for her, and the link to that is going to be in the show notes. Anything you can give would be greatly appreciated to help her with her treatment. So there's that.
Yes.
And thank you very much ahead of time. Also, please share that GoFundMe link that's in the show notes.
It'd be very, very much appreciated.
Absolutely. So that is a downer to end on. We need something to not end.
How
not end on a
about
downer.
we end with Chris's Neil Gaiman?
Oh, that's right. That's
Recommendation.
right. Thank you for reminding me of that. I was going to completely forget all about that. Let me.
Chris, you're not important to Tim.
So we've talked about so much stuff. I just forgot.
This is Chris
Nancy.
Naes giving you a fan contribution. If you're wondering, I am still locked in to my home by the great flood of 2017. And I'm recording this because I am off of work and it is 3 o'clock in the morning. And I might as well contribute, right?
Right.
Let's keep this short. My introduction to a Neil Gaiman, or Gaiman, however you say it,
You say Gaiman, Chris. It's Neil Gaiman.
was my friend and former bandmate Ian Parks told me for months and months to read some Neil Gaiman,
Gaiman.
and I finally randomly picked up Anansi Boys
Anansi.
at a used bookstore in Maplewood,
Dick.
and it turns out Anansi Boys
Anansi.
is a sequel to American Gods, but it totally works on its own. And if you're a fan of this podcast, you'll already be familiar with people that show up in this novel. Although it really is only 1 or 2 characters that show up from American Gods. So it's really
Spoiler.
like its own universe sort of thing. which is pretty cool. I definitely enjoyed it and would certainly recommend it to anyone involved that fancies the Neil Gaiman American Gods
Gaiman.
thing.
It's coming.
There's my contribution to the fan contributions.
Thanks, Chris.
No, that's awesome.
Maybe you should do a fan contributions song intro.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Fan contributions.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Fan contributions.
And that's it.
Feel free to use that.
And now we know why Chris is a drummer. I'm sorry, Chris. At any rate, if you're a fan of the show, if you're a fan of Neil Gaiman, you also can send us a contribution to close out the show.
And Tim can also be a dick to you.
I promise I will not. I'm only being a dick to Chris because I can. I will not be a dick to everybody else.
Unless you want him to.
I mean,
it's okay with me. I thought it was funny.
we might. We'll see what happens.
It wasn't being done to me, so
Right, yeah.
We'll see what happens. It depends on what you send in. But yeah, whatever your introduction to Neil Gaiman was, what your favorite Neil Gaiman. You're confusing me. You're confusing me. I'm going to say it like I say Stanima.
Stanima.
Damn
And
it.
say it with
Stamina.
confidence. Correct me with confidence.
Stamina.
It's stamina. Stamina.
Stanima.
Stamina.
I can't. You're messing with me. I can't do it. Yeah. What like how Neil Gaiman affected your life, or how we stop it.
Don't like it when someone does it to you.
Or if you're he's correcting me with the wrong name. You're giving me fake news.
Fake news, okay?
I'm sorry.
It's gonna be huge. Or if you're the creative type, how did Neil Gaiman's works affect your own work? I would love to hear about it. We'd love to close the show out with stories like that. So theseamericangods.com. There's
Love
a link.
stories. Huge stories. Give us huge, tremendous stories, okay?
There's a link on the website at the bottom to send us those. So thank you very much. Until next week, don't get swallowed up by the big cosmic vagina. What was our other? Oh, don't get your dick bit off. That was it. All right.
Don't get blowjobs from cars.
See you next time, guys. For more of These American Gods and other videos from Onyx Edge Studios, like up this video, consider smashing that subscribe button, and maybe click that little bell so you'll get notified every time we upload a video. See you next time.